get a notification. It's recording. All the sound is good. I've got a little gentle music in the background. Hope you can hear that too. Today, I'm afraid we're back to the old microphone. I hope the sound is good enough. My wife is actually using the other one. She takes preference. No, she's actually also works online. So let's do it. Let's just sit down, relax. Try and leave everything from the day behind or outside the door. We close our eyes and just focus on ahead of us. Begin to just feel your body, that gentle and nice feeling of actually being in ourselves, centered, centripetal, yeah? You go centrifugal is when you give it out, which we sometimes have to do. Centripetal is when we come inside and we just like cocooning ourselves. So let's just find that feeling. Inward introspection. If you need a point of support, you can use breathing. You can use the heart. You can just use your whole body. Continue centering, bringing the mind back every time it goes way back to the body. Maybe at this point we might want to send some strength to someone or somebody, some country that might be suffering, that you might not be able to help directly, or maybe just an intention. Strength, love, fortitude, hope, just those energies. Let's send them out to somebody or someone who would dearly love to help. And then with that, we can flutter our eyes open again. We're going to start by warming up the shoulders that we should be breathing in, taking our arms up, holding our fingers, and then we'll do the rave move. Remember, it's actually shoulders, yeah, not torso. Just wave your arms right, front, left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front, left, back. So actually I'm trying to move my shoulders, not my torso. It's what my teacher used to call the rave move, or others call flossing the shoulders. 3 more times, so just touching the fingers, or rubbing the fingers, and we're doing the work on the shoulders, and then the other way. Right back, left front, right back, left front. Try and see if you can check your torso is steady, and you're just moving shoulders, well, shoulders, arms. Maybe if you aim to move the elbows, then everything else happens automatically. 3 more times. 2 and 3. And release. Really feel those shoulders. And breathe in, arms up. And the right hand goes to the left knee and we twist to the left. 3 breaths here. Each one going a little bit deeper, just warming up the spine. Breathe in, arms up. Left hand, right knee, and we twist to the right. Arms up on the next in breath. Right hand, right side, and we just bend to the right. And then take the chest facing the receiving, breathe in. And then left elbow, right knee, breathe out. Really twist and bend that spine. Breathe in, opening the chest to the ceiling. Breathing out, left elbow, right knee. Breathe in, elbow, chest at the top. Breathe out, left elbow, right knee. Breathe into the middle. And we go to the other side. Remember, these instructions are as clear as I can make them, and they are instructions. They're not a running commentary. And I say this because I'm not there with you, so we're bending to the left. I'm not there with you to correct you, so you have to be very self-aware of your body and do and try and follow the instructions. Try and feel what's stretching any given time, or you should be feeling your right side of the torso stretching here. And as we breathe in, we look at the sky, open the chest to the ceiling, and then breathe out gently, right elbow to left knee. And you should be feeling a whole lot of other parts of the body stretching and twisting and compressing. Breathe in, chest to the ceiling. But the most important thing is gentleness and awareness. In. In, chest to the ceiling. And breathe out, right elbow left knee. Into the middle. And hands down. The last one we're going to do is left hand sort of 45 degrees behind us, and then we do again a similar twist bend to the back. Trying to imagine you're in the car. If you're a driver, you're trying to pick, somebody's passing you chewing gum or something, and you're just trying to go there and reach it. Just basically a back bend with this twist inside. There's a lovely press in the other side. Right hand about 45 degrees behind us to the right. And then we're going to bend back and side. Or grabbing something in the shower, but just don't slip, will you? And then back to the middle. Last one is forward, hinging from the thighs. We're just going to come down, trying to put the chest on the ground, and then just swing gently from side to side. Okay, that should have got us relatively warmed up, at least the spine. Then we're going to go onto all fours. We'll continue with a couple of cat-cows, yeah? So we're going to breathe in, take the tummy down, the sacrum up, or the tailbone up, the chin up. As we breathe in and fill up the lap. And then we do the opposite. We tuck the pelvis in, take the chest right and sideways and reach into the chest. Breathe out into the lungs, and breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe out. And breathe in. And then coming back to neutral. Now from neutral, I'm going to actually, without moving the toes, I'm going to look at my left. On the left side, I'm going to look at my toes, yeah? Try not to move the hips. We're just bending the spine. If you want, you can actually cross the arms round to look at both feet. Hands to the middle, look at the right if you want to. Let me face the camera. So I'm going to look at my feet without moving the hips as much as I can. And you can actually cross the arms if you want. Other side, left side, twist, looking at my feet. Trying to keep the hips as steady as possible. 2 more times. Really twisting, yeah, we're not just making kind of just funny moves and yeah, we're not wasting our time. I mean, we're doing this for a purpose. Okay, let's do some strength. Remember that we're trying to focus. Let me keep the camera down while we're doing these moves on the floor, and then I'll move it up when I'm standing. So we're gonna go back on all fours. Now some strength work. So we're gonna lift the knees up, yeah, just the knees off the ground, a couple of inches or a few centimeters. There should be some core work going on, some hamstrings. We're going to emphasize, and the shoulders are strong. I mean, I always make an emphasis that the shoulders are not collapsing or pushing out too much, just strength. Just feel if you're an engineer or an architect, try and feel, or as if you're an engineer, you're actually making the strongest structure between arms, shoulders, and feet. And then we're going to breathe out, and we're going to like crouch, butt to heels. Breathe in, back to neutral with the knees off. Knees off the ground, breathe out. Breathe in. 5 more times, the knees are off the ground. If this is too much for your lower back, then I do strongly encourage you to put the knees down and rest the back. 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1 foot up. Down, left foot up. Down, knees down. Sit on your heels and either child's pose or just rest. Start on the hips. So this gate pose. On the left knee, if your knees are delicate, then double the mat. And then open the right foot out. So this is going to work here. Big stretch, but also the torso. As we slip this hand down, and we're not going to go forward and we're not going to go back. We're going to go sideways. Even if it's a little bit, yeah, don't try and make any Instagram poses. Just do body poses. What feels stretching? I can feel all this side. Although it's not even bending, as you can see, I can feel it stretching. And the reason it's not bending because this leg is obviously holding the hips. Normally we cheat by tilting the hips, but with this leg up here, we cannot cheat. So this is actually literally my bending on the left side, which is nothing, but I can feel that I'm stretching that side. 3, 2, 1, breathe in. And the other side here, you can use a break if you have it handy. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. But not bending, just try and make a nice stretch. Foot, hips, shoulder and hand. And you should be stretching and not just looking nice here. Breathe in to the other side again. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. To the other side, and this time lift the foot. Now we're getting a whole series of other muscles used here. And either stay here, or using the rope, which should be handy, or your hand. You're going to catch that foot there and pull it back. So this is balance, strength, flexibility. But it's a challenge to the mind as well. Something you just say, well, why am I doing this? The body says after so many years of just sitting around on the couch, why are you trying to do this now? Okay, then release the foot and we swap sides. Again, if you want to double the mat, you can do it. If not, it's also okay. We're on this left side, trying to put the foot flat down, have a brick ready, and the bell ready, and then we're going to bend to the left, sliding this hand down the left foot leg. And then the next in-breath, we bend to the other side. I'm going to use the brick on this side, and just have a nice long line on the whole of my left side foot, hip, shoulder, and hand. Stretch, feel the foot and the hands moving away from each other. Breathe in, bend the other side again. Flip to the other side, and now Put a little bit more weight there, we'll lift that foot. Okay. Now let's stay where you are, or grab the foot and bring it behind you. Open the chest. Try and make what I call an O shape, although if we look from above, it would look nothing but an O, nothing like an O. You've got to imagine you're looking like an O. 3, 2, and release that. Legs down, back on your heels. Maybe wiggle a little bit the lower back. Continue working on the hips. So now we're going to go on all fours. Right foot goes behind, no, left, sorry, left. Let me try this side because I'm going to be sticking the foot away from the wall. So left foot goes out. Breathe in, strong shoulders, tummy tucked in. Right hand goes in the opposite direction. Feel your core, your shoulders strong. Then we breathe in, stretch arm and foot away from each other. Breathe out, crunch. 5 times, breathe in. Breathe in, stretch hand and foot away from each other. Breathe out, crunch into a little ball. And hand and feet down. Other side, right foot out. Remember, tummy in. Shoulders strong. Left arm out. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, crunch. You're on time 5 times. Both moves to the extreme, yes, to the limit, otherwise we're not really doing much work. 5 in my case, and back to the center. Everybody's arrived in this position. I'm going to try left foot out. And now let's do some external rotation, which is taking the foot to face the camera. So notice how the hips rotated, and then foot facing down. You feel your hips, foot facing out, external rotation, foot facing down. 2 more times, just feel the hip working. Now with the foot facing out, knee to elbow. Breathe in. Sorry, so breathe in, foot out, breathe out, knee to elbow. Always with external rotation of the hip. Hold it. Now the ultimate one, foot straight out to the side. A lot of work here. You can either bend your knee if this is too much, or hold the foot out. 3, 2, 1, release. Feet down. Okay, the other side. Right foot out. External rotation. Foot to the camera. Internal rotation, balance the hips. External rotation. Internal rotation. External rotation, internal rotation. External rotation, hold it, and breathe out, knee to elbow. External rotation, knee to elbow. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, hold. Stay here for bring that foot to the side. Release, bend the knee, both knees down, sit on your heels, or child pose, relax for a moment, wipe your brow. Oh, that's just me. And now for a relaxing one after all that work. We're going to lie on our sides, stretching, nice stretch. We're going to lie on our sides. Take the lower leg out 90 degrees. Yes, I'm making a big L, the lower leg is on the ground. And then I'm going to just lie nicely, tug my hip down, well, my chest, my tummy, my chest to the ground in front of me. And I'll hold your elbows. Try and really squeeze the tummy under, and then just put your tummy down and we'll lie there for just a few breaths. If you don't feel a lot on your lower back or on your spine, then maybe even face the head in the opposite direction. Okay, 5 breaths here. Coming up with your arms, always using the arms, lower back. So this is like a counter to your external rotation, bringing the knees together. Yeah, you can do it the other way, or I'm just going to flip over to the other side. So now I have my right leg perpendicular to the mat, left leg parallel to the mat. And again, I'm going to squeeze my tummy in to get underneath and put tummy on the ground, chest on the ground, and if necessary, left cheek on the ground for 5 counts. And try and relax. This is a nice stretch for the whole counter to the lower hip, to the hip, but also a twist to the back. So one pushing with the arms, and we're out of this one. Okay, let's do some just wiggling about. Let's do some strength now. So we're coming up. I'm going to move the camera slightly. But it's good if you have your bricks in front of you, or your whatever you use for bricks. And we're going to open our legs, yeah? Remember when we do this, we generally try and fold from the crease here. Yeah, I'm folding so that I'm actually parallel to the ground. The legs are stretched, but hopefully not, we're not throwing the knees back, we're not hyperextended, just stretch, or they're slightly bent if they feel too taut for you. And then we're going to try and take the chest down. Just at your own pace and to your own level. Yeah, we all have our own bodies. Nobody has anybody else's body. So you know where your body's limits are. Adjusting all the time. Remember, yoga is not really static, although the Hatha asanas, the asanas themselves are flowy in the microscopic way. Right, from here we're going to come up, and then I'm going to use the bricks to take the weight to the left leg, and lifting the right foot. So I'm doing like a side stretch here. Now I'm adjusting the length so that I'm actually able to come down onto my left toe. Some people can do it all the way on the ground, and that's really cool. But if you can't, that's also cool. I'm actually doing a side stretch here. Now what I'm doing obviously is stretching the hips again, external rotation. You can feel that externally rotating out. You can even do it by yourselves. Now we do have a hyperextension. I mean, that's, sometimes we do a hyperextend our knees, and this is okay. And then with the left elbow maybe on the brick, we're holding that elbow behind. So we're gonna now just stretch there, open the chest. This is just plain stretch. Yeah, we should be feeling all the stretch down. Hamstrings, the flexors here, and then we're rotating out. And now I'm going to walk with my extended block hands to lift up and move to the other side. So do that in the safest way you can possibly do. That means going through a stand pose, or like I did with the block. And once again, I'm going to use the elbow to hold that knee back. And my left hand, I'm going to open the hips and just stretch. Same time, I'm trying to get the chest open, the neck out like a turtle, walking out. So you call this stretching, yeah? This is pretty passive stretching. I'm just stretching all these muscles. They're not really gaining strength, but we are emphasizing strength and flexibility and balance, yeah? And strength, yeah, often we leave it behind because it's the hardest to do and it makes us sweat. So to do some strength, I'm going to now do this pose a few times, but lifting and coming down. So I'm going to use the bricks initially to help myself lift and flip to the other side. Lift, and then I'm using the bricks less and less as I strengthen my legs. Now go either using your hands or without using them, but this is now strength. And of course, we're taking it to the limit, we're using flexibility, but it's very important to keep building muscles, or at least feeding them. Don't let the muscles wear away or atrophy with age, because once the muscles go, the bones really say, well, I don't really have much purpose here. So they start losing strength. I'm continuing here, although I'm talking, I am aware that we are making many repetitions, because that's how we build strength. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And there, gently come up. I'm going to use the bricks to push myself. I'm going to put no weight on my lower back as I come up, and just feel all that work on the hips, yeah? Good. Okay, let's move on to a gentle, or a variation, I should say, of the sun salutation. It's a variation, yeah, they're all good variations. Just see if we can follow it twice. And this is the part of this class which becomes like a vinyasa or a flow or whatever, which is also nice to, for a little period of the class, to merge breathing with the movement, which is what a lot of the vinyasa is about. So we're gonna take a big emphasis on breathing as we do the moves, yeah? And the moves, hopefully you know them. So through the description, you can do them, or you can look at the camera. But it's a pretty standard sun salutation. So from Tadasana, hips strong, tip forward, chest open, arms straight down, neck up. And we start breathing in, arms up. Build the lungs, make the breathing part of the exercise. Breathing out, swan, dive down to the ground, forward fold, empty the lungs. Breathe in, half fold, fill out the lungs. Breathe out, right foot back, hip down, breathing out. Breathe in, arms up, slight back bend, knee on the ground. Breathe out, hands down, plank.
Breathe in here in the plank. And then breathe out, chaturanga, elbows towards the feet as we bend down, touch the hip, the chest, and chin to the ground, and then breathe in, roll forward to a cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, still in downward facing dog. And then breathe out, right foot forward, and hip down to the ground as we breathe out, empty the lungs. Breathe in, arms up, knee to the ground, back bend. Breathe out, both feet forward, half forward, forward. Breathe in, arms up. And breathe out, arms to the side. Yeah, I think let's keep one breath there. Trying the full back catch this time. Right, second side. Same again, maybe close your eyes if you can follow the instructions audibly. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Breathe in, half fold. Breathe out, left foot back, hip down, and empty the lungs. Breathe in, knee down, arms up, back bend. Breathe out, hands down. Breathe in, plank, and then breathe out, chaturanga, right down to the ground, chest, chin, and shoulders to the ground. Breathe in, roll forward, cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Breathe out, left foot forward between the hands and hips down. Breathe in, knee down, arms up, back bend. Breathe out, hands down, right foot forward. In, arms up, standing up to the asana. And breathe out, hands to the side. Hold your eyes closed. Feel the body, a little mid-introspection or mid-class introspection. Okay, yeah, we'll do that in most classes. I think it's nice to have a little sun salutation, a little vinyasa, and now we're going to go on to further stretches. So, this is a variation on the warrior dance I usually do. We're going to do it slightly different this time. So, right foot forward, left foot back, both feet are completely planted on the ground. We're going to bring our toes up. Toes up. This is a part of the class where we work against our hallux that some people have to, or bunions they call them in English as well. Bring the toes up, pull those toes up, pull those toes up. Release now, grab the mat, grab the mat. See if you can pull the mat nearer to it with the toes. Yeah, we want to put the toes up. Bring those toes up. Really make all these areas hurt, yeah? When we're pulling all the way to here, sometimes you can feel it, yeah? I can see my tendons and muscles stretching as I'm pulling the toes up. And then I'm going to try and grab with my toes, grab the mat. Okay, just a very, let's start, and if you can do that on your own, you're sitting on the sofa. This is good for the feet, yeah? So from here, we're going to bend forward. We're going to do the standard pose here, which is a forward side stretch. But if we can, we're going to do it with a block rather than with elbow on the knee and stretch to the side. Keep going deeper. Remember, we're going to use this elbow to pull the knee out. Bring this elbow back further. The chest is opening. arm is up. The neck is an extension of your spine. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to flip up again and stretch the leg. And from here, we're going to go onto triangle pose. Remember, the triangle pose, we're going to tip, and then not round the spine, but tip, and then keeping the spine in a straight line. I'm going to try as far as possible, keep the spine straight as I use a brick at whatever height I need to. Try and keep that spine straight, and then open the chest. So I'm hoping to not see butt out or shoulders back. I'm hoping to see everybody. Look at yourself in the camera. A flat plane, as we call the toasty pose. Yeah, so the hips, shoulders, and arms are all on the same plane. 3. And you can look at your left arm if you so feel like. 2. And 1 hands on hips. And from there, stay where you are with the legs at least. I really encourage you to go vlog now, because from there we're going to go on to bend the knee and take your weight on that right leg and half moon. These points, if you've got a wall or 2 walls, use them, because the idea is to gain strength and balance, even at the expense of having to practice with a wall. Half moon, lovely pose here. Notice how the leg, the hip is now open like we started. This one is strong, it's not hyper, it's not hyper extended, it's just strong. And then either stay here, or Chapasana, which is grabbing the left foot and making that O, which probably, as I say, looks a little like an O, but it just feels good because I'm now putting my shoulder behind, open the hips further. 3, 2, and 2.5. Release the foot, release the other foot, and come up. Gently, always using muscles to lift and not back, yeah? Muscles. Release. And we move on to the other side. So, this time you're ready with your belt and with your blocks. Left side. So from there, from the Warrior 2 pose, which we're not going to do, we're going to start just doing the same on the toes. Lift the toes, come to daddy, lift, grab the mat, and grab the mat. I say sometimes I try and grab things. That's an exercise as well. But right now we're just grabbing the mat, grab, lift, toes up. See if you can feel it all the way up to your shins. Or you can see the muscles there. Even the little pinky, the little toe, bring it up as well. And then grab, crunch, hold. Grab the mat, and then release. So as before, we're going to bend the knee, elbow on knee, or preferably on the block. And then from there, open the hip, open the chest, and we open side flexion here. Maybe you can actually stretch the arm above your ear, next to your ear, to make more of a straight line. Pushing the elbow against the knee, pushing the hip opening, open the chest, 2 and 1. Again, using the strength of the legs to come up, straightening the legs. Once the legs are straight, I'm going to tip my hip back, and then I'm going to keep the spine as straight as possible as I put my hand on the shin or on the block for a triangle pose. Remember the toes still, yeah? Hips, shoulders, and arms on the same plane. Open, push, hips forward, as in sideways. 2 and 1. Release there. Coming back up. Time to grab that brick. Weight on the left foot and tip forward to a half. Oh, pull planty. Once you got your balance, come out. Strong left leg, stretch right leg, toes facing forward. You can sit in there. Keep opening, chest open. 3, 2, and then grab the foot with the belt with your hand, and we are. Oh, I have to mute somebody. Cannot do it when my hands are tied up here. I have to mute somebody. Open the chest, open the hip. 3, 2, and release gently. Using the legs against to lift up, not your back. And come up. Okay, guys, that's great. Let's just relax the hips. Let me find a little chitter chatter here. Okay, who needs muting? Oh. So we feel wiggling your hips there. And now we have a gentle tree pose, yeah? Just to counter all that. From Tadasana, remember the tree pose. There are many levels. We can open the hip sideways, open the hip again. You just have the foot there. You can have the foot there. We never have it on the knee. Or we can have it inside the hip thigh. And the trick to hold it there for me is to push. Or just have a gentle tension, yeah? Right foot is strong. Very balanced today. Balance the mind and the body tends to balance as well. You can have your arms out. Arms in Anjali Mudra. Arms above. Just find the one that suits you today. Actually outside the camera, I'm trying today. Up. Now we've done so many powerful poses, maybe today we just hold this one. No additional challenges. Let's do stretch, yeah? There's no challenges dynamically, but internally, I'm still stretching my shoulders up, not towards the ears. My hips are coming forward, chest is opening. Hands down and release the foot. Left side, strong leg, strong hip, knee version, calf version, or into so hold that balance. Go from Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Now the arms out for better balance. You can take arms up. Open the hips, open the chest. Hands down. Right foot. And release. Okay, great. So I think for today we really did some nice challenging poses there. Stand so we're on the ground, start winding down. Doesn't mean it gets easier, it just means we're on the ground. We're going to do some core. Remember last class we missed them, so this time I've got some cores to do. Yeah, so we're going to lie on our backs. We're going to start with the gentle legs up, and then we're going to stretch them. Now, as we lower the legs here, we're now using the lower core here, the lower abs, but there is a danger as we take the necks down, the lower back lifts up, and that's not very cool. So you're very welcome to use your hands to protect the lower back. Yeah, the core is still being done, and also find your balance of where the feet should be. Yeah. So you could have them here, you could have them here, you could have them nice and low. And then you can rest your head on a block or on the back and just hold it on a block so I can have my core slightly more in position. So from there, we're going to do waves, which is basically like a one-pedal bicycle. But as I say, you find a place where you're not damaging your lower back, you're working the lower abs. And the other way, it's very fun bicycle here. Okay, then one leg up, one down. Swap legs. Swap legs. Swap legs. Knees to chest, feet to the ground. Stretch and just let the blood flow again. Also, some hamstring work there. Okay, now arms up, knees up. Now we're going to do the middle section, which is basically lifting the shoulders or lifting the chest towards the knees. Yeah, can you feel it there? Right in the middle and then down. And then up. Don't use the arms, although you can have them free. You don't have to tie it to anything. Just try and do the work with the abs. We should be conscious enough now to know what we're using and not throwing, throwing arms around. Just going to use the abs and release. Chest to knees and release. Chest to knees and release. Chest to knees. Let's hold 3 breaths here. Maybe a little bit further forward. 3. So burning, notice the burning. And release. One more. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Right, I don't know, but and release. Okay, and relax. Let the blood flow again. Very important, the core. Remember, we do lots of the pelvic floor, but core, this is what holds all your guts and everything. This is the natural corset that nature's given us, and we need to keep it really nice and taut. Okay, once more up. Now we'll do a little bit of obliques. Yeah, so now you can do left shoulder to right shoulder to left knee. Same core, but just obliquely. Right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left and hold. Down, left to right and hold. Down, right to left and hold. down, left to right, out. Allowing your back, relax. Let the blood flow, relax. Don't sit up, stay there. Relax, I'm just watching. Now we'll do the last version, which puts everything together. It's actually called the dead bug, which basically means legs up, arms up, chest up, and then just bring everything together. Chest to knees, 3, 2, dead bug, and release. 5 times, everything up, and release. Everything up, chest, shoulders, knees, hips, and release 2 more times, everything up, and release. Last time, 5, 4, everything up, 3, 2, and release. Down your back, let the blood flow. Oh, enjoy that core work, yeah? Okay, now we're not finished with the core. We're going to do a little bit of play, yeah? Movement, yeah? This is what children do, but we find so hard to do, to move. And let's just roll back and take the knees to the head. And roll forward. Cross the knees at the front. We're not using a lot of momentum. We're trying to use muscle, but just gently. I mean, there is obviously some momentum, but just as minimal as possible. And then forward, crossing the feet. Just find a way to play using your core. And if you're using momentum, that's okay too, actually. More times. And stay seated. Great. Okay, we got just over 5 minutes. Let's do a little bit of counter stretching. So if you have your blanket or the bricks, we're going to put them under the sacrum to do a pontoon. Yes, we're going to lie on our backs. This is now the opposite. I'm going to lift the hips up and put the brick underneath. So we're going to stretch the front and stretch all the abs. It's a lovely, relaxing pose. But you can do it various ways, yeah? If you're not very flexible there, you can use the blanket, lift up and put it under your sacrum, yeah? Or you can use one brick under the sacrum, not the lower back, yeah? Here on the hips. Or you can use 2 bricks, which is what I'm going to do. So find where your body allows you to be without hurting your lower back. And then once you've actually got the weight on the sacrum, I'm going to start stretching my legs. And as you can see, my flexors, my psoas, and my abs are stretching here. Oh, and it's just a lovely. See, so I'm off the ground, yeah. But do find your height. Some people's height might be just lying down and stretching the legs. Yeah, if you go very tall, these muscles contract as we get older. That's why I say that old people sometimes are walking tilted forward, because these muscles all contract. So we're trying to stretch them now. Just enjoy 1 minute here. A bit of a yin pose or exercise, restorative, as they call it. Walk your heels a little bit more away if you feel that you want more stretch. And it's very good to do, every day. As you're listening to me, I'm going to also advise you on something else you could do similarly in bed. So you're still in your pose, or you're coming down if it feels too much. One thing you can do in bed, which I do when I'm lying reading, is put one leg outside the bed and let it hang out. So if my mat is the bed, then this leg goes down and it stretches. As the leg goes down to the floor, it stretches this part of the hip completely. So I'm lying down in bed like this. One leg is out of the bed. And try at night. Very good. Okay, then from there we're going to do a twist with a twist. Yeah, it's going to be a different twist. So this time we're going to lie on our backs. We're going to take, let's see, how is it? Left ankle on right knee, and then we're going to tip the hips to the right, and then we're going to actually let the twist carry this way. So like a figure of four, but now you can see this hip is actually being brought forward much more, and you can actually adjust the feet here or the legs, so you can feel this hip now being brought in. This is internal rotation. As you take the right shoulder to the opposite direction, just adjust so that it feels nice. And I think you can do in bed while you're, waiting for hubby or for the missus to put the lights out. And then we twist to the other side of the neck. Back to the middle, bring the knees up, bring the feet down, centering the hips, taking the hips to the other side, putting the right ankle on the left knee, flipping that hip to the right, adjusting the feet in whichever way you need to, so that a nice stretch, internal rotation of that hip as we take my left arm, left cheek to the ground, the other side on the left. And then just make some noises. Coming back up, down, hips to the middle, remain lying down. Now, 12 o'clock Central European time. Whatever your time is, it's time to relax, do a Shavasana, 3-minute Shavasana. Enjoy, let the body process all this. Load this video up to YouTube. You can check if you want to do sometimes a class that you've missed. You can catch it there. I will stop the recording, and I'm afraid I encourage you to do your Shavasana on your own today. I'm very fortunate to have another invitation for more food. Yeah, here in Valencia it's constant paellas and barbecue, so I'm enjoying my life. And I hope you can do your Shavasana. I'm going to stop the recording.